gonna throw the aloes in here. Hello, owls! Something's poking me hard. Oh, little juniper tree. Hello, beautiful ether. Sold some plants, so got them prepared. And now I'm gonna start with the rooted ones. Got tons of babies. Aloe. Let me put them here. Ooh. Please don't mind my work clothes. Yesterday I got tons of poison ivy all over my legs. So I'm trying to be a little more careful today. I got some soil here. Probably might as well use this. Put it on the floor. I also have some soil here, so I'm gonna mix it. And this in that green pot is all from the mulch breaking down, so it's really nice. And let's see here. This stuff is a godsend. This is like some sponge from a palm, but it keeps the pots really, really nice and moist. And just like that, put a little bit at the bottom. Oops. A little bit at the bottom. And now you're ready for soil. So fill her up. And what I do is after I put the plant in this, I will put some mulch on top of the pot to even keep it, to try to keep it even moister. So there. Make sure this is on. And with this, I'm going to plant some yellow alder, also known as yellow elder. These happy chappy roots. And this is used as a tea. And I could bring the camera over there because it's flowering quite nicely right now. So I think I'm going to give one as a freebie. I have someone coming for some tomatoes. Yeah. Right. So I'll show you. I kept as much of this as I can. This is from one of the mulch drops. That's why you gotta be careful and like kind of be ready for the risks, because it's usually mulch. However, sometimes they won't be able to mulch everything that they cut because usually it's from tree cutting services. So you'll end up with a ton of logs. And even if you do the whole like, you know, we could take anything except logs thing, there's always a chance you can end up with some logs. And last time we ended up with huge pine logs. No one could move them. Snappa finally got a chainsaw to cut it, and that's the shavings. Chainsaw shavings. Just a little bit of, but little mulched plant. I have this tray ready to go. I don't think I'm gonna bring pothos out because I feel like if you want pothos, you could just like cut it off of a vine. They're everywhere out here. But I did want to pot some extra stuff because having soil is kind of a recent discovery. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about the mulch pile, but now I can. This stuff though is so nice. Kind of reminds me of like when you heat up a bowl of ramen and forget to eat it. And it's just like a, yeah. Soil. Put some more of that in there. Oh, there's my shell. I got another yellow alder here, but it's not rooted yet, so I'm not gonna pot it yet. These I just throw in water and they'll be rooted. This is a milkweed. It's been in there for quite some time. I have a bunch of these little bowls. I'm gonna put them all in this jar. Let's see. Ready? Not quite. These are gonna be ready for pot pretty soon. These are southern hibiscus. I should grab my notebook. Weird Change on their last video mentioned that they're having a Florida hike and they want some people that can ID plants, which I've been living off of edible wild since I can remember. And for fun, I decided to write down like all the ones from the top of my head that I often forage for, and always learning new edible plants. There's edible plants growing everywhere. And actually, let me just grab this notebook. It's right in here. I also wrote down what I have available for the food security gardens. If anybody's looking to grow some fail-proof famine foods, I got you. Zone 10, unfortunately, right now, but I'm working on learning plants in every zone and then trying to, come across cuttings and whatnot. So for the and this is just off the top of my head. I wrote this before I went to sleep last night. For the fail-proof forage friendly famine garden kit, so you got cassava cuttings, chia or tree spinach cuttings, jewels of opar seeds, everbearing mulberry cuttings, Cuban oregano starts, blue spur or toilet paper plant cutting and starts, yellow elder starts, sweet potato vine starts, aloe, nopales, moringa, and pigeon pea seeds, and galangal also. Oh, that's what I have to do right now. Jesus, the galangal. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh dear. And yeah. So all those are edible. Do your research on them, of course, before eating anything. Because some things require a certain preparation. And here's my favorite things to forage for here in South Florida. A lot of this I've been eating since I was a kid. And let me see. Let me get this a little bit back or something. And this is just off the top of my head. This is just a few things that are very easy to ID. And I don't have the scientific names. I meant to do that, but I fell asleep. Kunti palm for starch. Sea grapes, Spanish needle, acorns, dog fennel, dollarweed, American beautyberry, American nightshade, cattail, smilax shoots, swordtail ferns, the little tubers at the, swordtail ferns, purslane, poor man's pepper, duck potato, nopales and prickly pear, Florida Betony, even though I haven't found it myself yet. That's the only one on this list that I haven't found yet. Oxalis, of course, blue porterweed, cucumber vine, Mexican tea, coconuts, of course, plantain or plantago, muscadine vine, passion fruit, and vine shoots, firebush, Surron cherry, and alligator weed. And everything excluding the, how do you say, where is it? Excluding the Florida Betony. Come across this stuff all the time. Dollar weed is really delicious, and it's also a good indicator of wet ground, so I find it to be something very wise to plant, because if you have a lake or something, it'll pop up where that is. And swordtail ferns, the bottoms of the ferns, if you pull some swordtail ferns out, there's these tiny little, kind of like tiny little potato things. They actually, to me, taste like raw potato, but they're really good to absorb like some sugar and vinegar for a snack, or just cut and stir fry, or salads. Kind of not quite water chestnuts. They're more watery. They're like crunchy water essentially. And yeah. But always looking for more to ID. And again, that was all the top of my head. I didn't add pokeweed or anything like that. And looking around now, like this, I mean, it's not wild edible, but edible taro. And the plants around here, I found one. It's 35 bucks. Oh, it's kind of sloppy looking. I got this shirt at a yard sale. I don't even drink alcohol, but I'm somebody's whiskey girl now. But yeah, I need a dry spot. Here's some of the toilet paper plant. I do have to keep an eye on the time. I'm technically at work. I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. My dad sent me a video. My mom got a new fishing pole. Pink one, and it lights up. Very cool. But they hardly come out, and right now their truck isn't working. And so I haven't seen or heard like my dad's voice in a long time. I really want to go further into like those thoughts, because more people are talking about the kind of niche human experiences. Well, that aren't niche at all. They're completely global. Everybody has to watch their parents age. I mean, not everybody, obviously, because, you know, circumstances, but everyone has to see somebody that they love age. But I'll be totally honest. My dad's alcoholic and a chain smoker. But I really don't know what to do. And the reason why I'm actually not allowed at their place is because I brought up alcoholism, of course. His doctor offered him this pill that if you take it, you'll be completely turned off alcohol. And my dad's like, well, that's the only good thing in my life. That's what he told his doctor. And so, I don't think he plans on stopping. When he'll tell me he said something, he'll be like, I never said that. And 2 seconds later, he's like, I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I'm forgetting everything. It's freaking me out. I don't know. It makes me feel horrible, though. That's all I know. I just planted, well, you saw it right now. I just planted this galangal. I'm not sure if it's going to wilt or react. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And I tried to be pretty dang easy on it, taking it out. But I think I'm just going to give this one. I want people to come back. Because I grow extra of every single thing that I try to grow, and every single thing that I try to incorporate here. This shirt is work clothes, it's okay. And, yeah. Galangal. It's very fun to say. there's anybody here, just give it a shot. Galangal. Yeah. Let's, and these galangal produce a beautiful flower. It's all gonna go. I'm not gonna bring lemongrass. These are lemongrass starts, free, y'all, anyone. It's self-seeding, so if you want to use it for swales or anything like that, perfect. But if you want like to plant it and leave it, the seeds will pop up everywhere. Granted, mowing smells really nice now, but and the roots are so short. The roots are like an inch long. That's how they look to me. Very short. However, they're very strong. They could really hold on. Where are they gonna go? Oh. Little germination station. Water dispenser. Yeah, so taro. This is an edible root or corm. One day I'll remember to look up the differences. I know they're gorgeous leaves, and they get quite big. I'll show you here. There's quite a few really cool species of elephant ears. This one is edible, and you could actually eat the leaves too, but it takes a preparation. A lot of times you'll see in Indian restaurants this kind of like a fried spiral, and it's taro leaves rolled up. I'm sure there's a few different things that are used leaf-wise, however, really good. And they roll up all kinds of herbs and then fry it. Really, really neat and really cool preparation. And you can put just about anything in it. Just do your research before you eat anything, because sometimes it does take a preparation. It's not as easy as just taking it off the tree and cooking it. Like, for instance, chia tree spinach, I boil it twice. They say you just have to boil it once. I love this stuff, so I just boil it twice. And it holds its shape. It's like a spinach replacement. That's what I use it for. And perennial, so you'll always have greens year round. And the trees, if you have like random heavy rain, I think the roots want to stay kind of by the surface, and that's why they tip. All of them have tipped, and so based on experience, maybe plant them away from your house. But yeah, perennial food source, and you could trim it and trim it and trim it and keep it a little thing, and you just break off branches and plant more. Break off branches and give as a gift. Really cool plant. And ooh, hey, remember that pretty? I don't want to bring this one out. I'm so attached to this. Joseph, oh, please don't mind my work clothes. Plant today keeps the dust away. Hell yes. It's my favorite. I've never. Oh, there's a tiny little scallop shell. That's amazing. That'd go good in resin. Oh no, it's not a scallop. It's one of those other ones. I keep meaning to ID them. I'm trying to get this plant. Hello, Essential Shorts for you. I'm trying to get this plant, or this book. There's 2 books. One is freaking $250. For some reason, this area in Field Guys is excluded, and I've been saying this for years, and I finally found a thread on Reddit that's just like, yeah, it's a huge pain. What a wait, listen. But yeah, there is one book, and it's $250. Ethnobotany of Florida, and but that has all your useful plants and your edible, your medicinal, and like other uses. Like some plants I'm trying to come across as for cordage, because I really want to learn how to weave. And could you do the pine weaving? For some reason I can't find many well, none of these trees has a branch I could reach. And the one I could reach fell on top of me. Almost died, I swear to God. It was in a yoga trapeze, and I was swinging. I don't trust pine trees. I don't know why I was swinging in one. Good thing it was me, because Snap is 6'5", and he was hit on a motorcycle when he was 18, so he's got metal, and it would have been really bad. But, happened me. I'm a beast in these scrapes, so I didn't even get, I got a little bit of a scrape, but that was it. Yeah. And, but anyway, I was swinging, and it was the only time that I really remember, like, you know how when something crazy chaotic happens and life goes in slow motion for you, so you're, like, able to actually, that happens. It was the only time I, like, truly slow motion. And so, the branch, huge pine branch, fell, and I was able to push my body out, but also push the branch, because the branch all the way up here, I can't touch the branch. But when it fell and was like right here, I was able to swing myself out, and it landed like it's long since broken down, but the rest of the tree just fell, so I can show that. It's the rest of it. And it breaks down so fast. Breaks down so fast. You can see in this. Where is? Oh yeah, see. I think that's from a woodpecker. Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, that's gross. One of my friends a long time ago, I wasn't there, but I guess he got kicked out of a strip club because of something very inappropriate, but I'm very mature. Oh, here's the southern hibiscus. And we have pretty much all solid leaves, but in the shade, it should start going variegated. Variegated in the shade and solid in the sun. And the flowers themselves actually change colors throughout the day. I've been calling them mood flowers. I haven't seen one yet, but it's less than a year old and it was grown from a cutting. Whew. Okay, so what else? I'm gonna finally replant this guy. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. I'm gonna handle this poison ivy back here because I'm too, my head is too far into the clouds. That's what my mom was saying, or something like that. Yeah, two older people who call me a space cadet in my family. Yeah. This space cadet plants a lot of plants. I finally was able to show my uncle because my family's pretty scattered and not a lot of communication. Jokingly saying like everybody hates everyone in my family. It's true because like you know, just a lot of I don't know. But my uncle gardened every winter. He made a garden up there. I think because produce is so easy to come by. Erie, Pennsylvania. I really want to go up, but oh. I'm afraid of getting stuck eating hot dogs, I'll be real. I know that's ridiculous sounding, but it happens. It happens. Oh, some artillery weed. I was just reading about that. I didn't know artillery weed was a Florida native. Artillery weed. Hello, TK9. The wonders of the internet. It never gets old. I wish I started this a lot sooner, I'll be honest. Because people are so separated right now, but we're also the most connected we've ever been because of the internet. And I'll be real, I'm a crafter, and um, you know, my phone got stolen once. I went 5 years without a phone, and it didn't really affect me not having a phone until I went to see Pinback. I got to see Pinback once live. It was a spiritual experience. Anyway, I didn't have a phone so I can take pictures. I had a camera. They wouldn't let me take my like 10-year-old DSLR hunk of crap camera in there, so I don't have any. I have one picture. My friend's phone died. But that was like the first time where I was like, shoot, I think I actually need a phone. And then And then Snapbo is a programmer. A while ago I tried to learn some Python. Ended up frying my computer. I didn't know what I was doing. I wanted to do it for an art project. I wanted to feed all my... This is long before AI and you could just put any image to do something wild. But it was, I think, Google Inception or Google Dream or something like that. And it was such a trip when it was out. I tried, failed. Speak up, I can bear. Sold a tomato plant. So that's what I'm doing out here. I've got a ton of stuff available right now. I could read the list because it's very, very stoked about it. But this is Julesa opar. This is a medicinal herb used extensively in ancient Chinese medicine, I believe for anemia. However, the leaves are very crunchy and delicious. This is what I got ready for the lady. She's just coming for a tomato plant, so I didn't want to overload. So I'm just going to bring this up there. And the tomatoes already have little tomatoes on them. And, ooh, Jesus. My tomatoes are growing out of my compost bin, and they need water. Holy shit. A lot of people moved out here from out of state, and the summer hasn't hit yet. The summer's intense. Born and raised South Floridian, Southeast Floridian. Summer's brutal, and I kind of want to. I'm trying to find people that I could interview, just like stuff that they enjoy. Nothing too impressive. Like I found a trapper out here that traps huge gators, and you know my morals here are there. That's his life, so I've not about business. I really would love to talk to him and have a conversation. And just be like, wow, that's huge. And about the gator, but so I really want to ask people how they think of the summer when it's here, because you could water something and 10 minutes later it's frying. Like the pot is super dry. It's brutal. It's intense. We took 5 years to grow some shade, and yeah, there's all this shade, but there's nothing in the front. Absolute barren. And even here in this shade, sand. But there's tons of wild edibles here. I don't know what part of the world you're hailing from, but I wrote this list last night. Weird Change is going on a Florida nature hike. Ain't no way I'm getting no Luke Unfiltered. Broke as shit. But if anybody is on Luke Unfiltered, I'm gonna take up much room, and I'll bring a Scottish dude and snacks. So here's my favorite things to look for that are wild edibles. Very easy to ID. KYNTO palm. It's actually not a palm. It's Florida's only native cycad. Really cool. Natives used to use it for starch, all kinds of things. Big, beautiful tubers, corms. I don't know the difference. Anyway, KYNTO palm, sea grapes, Spanish needle, acorns, dog fennel, dollarweed, American beautyberry, American nightshade, cattail, smilax shoots, swordtail ferns, purslane, poor man's pepper, duck potato, nopales, or prickly pear, Florida Betony, oxalis, blue porterweed, cucumber vine, Mexican tea, coconuts, plantain or plantago, muscadine vine, passion fruit and vine shoots, firebush, Surron cherry, and alligator weed. The firebush is one of my favorites. The berry is dark, almost black. They don't taste like anything. So you could use it to make a jam, salsa, anything. It's pretty much like a plain berry. And let's see. New seeding, new pots. Oh yeah. I have here in just this pot, and these are just little like kind of like extras. I'm just now getting started too. Last few weeks I've been working here and there, trying to get like things collected again, because this is, I would consider my office of sorts. It's the propagation station. I think this. Oh, there's another table. I gotta have more plants. I'll be 100% honest. My pig passed away not too long ago, and it took a long time for me to get back into gardening. However, I'm able to grow things that I wasn't able to grow before because Blue would have eaten it all. So, and he was more than welcome to, as long as it wasn't toxic or anything. That pig did no wrong, and he will never do any wrong. And greatest creature on this planet to have ever exist. But, so, in this tray alone, there's 4 Everglades tomatoes, which make a tiny little tomato, but they're so delicious. And they're like concentrated tomato flavor. And then galangal, which is really good in cooking, kind of like a ginger, like a lighter, kind of more perfumey or floral ginger. And it grows just like ginger. I have some so you can see the roots. The roots are a lot skinnier and kind of wiry. Isn't that nice? But cool pink roots. And the shoots are really neat. Really sweet. Galangal. And the leaves, everything about it is very fragrant. A light fragrance, but very nice. And I actually have, for anybody in Zone 10, unfortunately for now, there's a few of these that'll grow in containers inside. But for Zone 10, I really want to start finding plants in every zone, even if it's just to recommend. So food security is definitely a hot topic right now. My whole life I've enjoyed prepping. I like camping and outdoorsy stuff, and I don't know, prepping it felt like is like my own little Tomb Raider or something. But now that shit's like becoming actually important. Fail-proof forage-friendly gardens, or fail-proof forage-friendly famine kits, and these come as cuttings. That's just like the cheapest way, or if you're local, could do rooted. I don't know how to ship a bunch of pots, but I could root them and maybe just wrap them in paper towels. Figure it out. Cassava, which is your starch. You can use it to make tapioca. Chiar, tree spinach for greens. Jewels of opar, the medicinal plant. Everbearing mulberry for fruit and sugar. Cuban oregano to make things taste good. Blue spur or toilet paper plant, which is this, very soft. And yellow alder or elder, which is this. Has these beautiful yellow flowers, and it makes a tea, a medicinal tea. Do I have any protein from? Actually, yeah. Well, kind of. Moringa. And as soon as the seeds start, I'll know that they're viable, and I have a few extra. Moringa. It's the most nutritious tree in the world. It's got protein, iron, calcium. It's the most nutritious tree in the world, and it grows like weed here. Very lucky for that. The leaves are edible, the seeds are edible, and I believe the roots could be used as almost like a horseradish. And very cool tree. I really want to start though a pond for maybe tilapia, but also some, you know, shellfish, just to keep it clean. I have some duck potato in this pond that just popped up, and it's growing huge. And there's gambusia in there, so no mosquitoes. And I do want to do, there was one more thing. Mushrooms. Oyster mushrooms, just for easiness. What was the thing? Oh, I don't want to. I want to raise scorpions. They're cute as shit, but they don't look that bad. I have nothing wrong with entomophagy, eating insects. We're actually the small percentage of people on the planet that don't eat insects. I don't agree with Bill Gates don't agree with Bill Gates, his whole, like, we're all gonna eat bugs thing. No, we're not. You know, bugs, like, in survival situations, or, like, because you're, like, camping, there's plenty of, like, palm weevils, huge. Let's see, the grubs, the June bug grubs, apparently are edible. I haven't been able to find much information on those. And mealworms I come across. There's a bunch of things, but scorpions, grilled scorpion on a stick don't look that bad. I think they'll look pretty good. And the shells have, I know it has cyathin in it. What's that word? Some insects, the shells are, this is my, hi! I better go get it some food. I've been trying to befriend a crow. I live too far from my friends, and I miss getting craft supplies from random people. So my new quest is to befriend a crow so they bring little bits of things. I love working with little bits of things, like found objects, if you will. One of my first art books I found at a used bookstore was found object or art made out of found objects. I still have it. It's like one of my little Bibles. And like nails, that kind of stuff. And like within a week I was making little hot air balloons out of lock washers in my dad's van. But we eat the bugs. We eat water bugs. Yeah, exactly. And I like feed the crow cheese. Really? I know these freaking birds eat anything because I watch them in the compost bin. I've been feeding it black soldier fly larvae. Done worm bins. That one is the end of one because the winter I think they all escaped. Is that a fluke? This? Ooh, is it? Just look. Vanessa. Perfect. Ellie, surfing and 41 fan. No, so it would probably be. Oh, perfect. Okay. I feel like I should run in and respond. It's just 3:30. Wondering if my computer's dead. I have a feeling if I like press the messenger thing, it's gonna close. Well, you know what? I gotta experiment with this stuff so I know. Alright, I'm just gonna see. Woo! It worked. Wow, that worked. That worked. Cool. Well, it probably said like stream on hold or something. I'm not sure, but every now and then, sometimes I gotta, like, especially my mom. Here also is some taro roots. I will let you in on a secret. Well, it's not a secret. I'm actually screaming this from the top of rooftops at this point. And no shade to, like, you know, nurseries, because just because this was $2 a root and the $35 plant was $35, it doesn't mean they're even the same variety. And this is white taro. This is sold at Publix for $2 a pound. So I just grabbed a few. It has like this little nib awakening, because every now and then they will just not. It's one of the only things I could get to sprout anymore at Publix besides scallions. But that's what this is. Literally, this is from Publix, and it's freaking beautiful. Beautiful in a container, beautiful in the yard. I love elephant ear plants. when I was a kid, I used to run around with it like it was a umbrella, because they get quite big. The elephant ear plants could get quite big. There's tons of varieties, not all of them are edible. And tar is the only one that I know of that's edible thus far. And yeah, really, because these, they get like just. I also have to start separating and propagating the monstera to pass that on. We got it from a cutting from a neighbor, and it's very happy. Good goat. I haven't been going over there because I think the service gets a little choppy. Oh yeah, no. Okay, I need to get some moisture stuff in there. The potatoes aren't doing much. I put those in like a week ago, so they should be starting to. I am starting potatoes again. I just grow them in pots, big pots. It could be even a laundry basket, anything that you could dump over, or an empty box, Amazon box, anything. So this is the monstera plant. It's 5 years in, so. But I got really good at picking plants. So, you know, I wouldn't be too good at it as an umbrella. That's very funny. But, like the fruit. And there's tons of fruit. But what I wanted to show is all these roots. So I'm thinking I could cut here and here, and there's 2. And then it's growing so fast. Look at it. It's so Jurassic. I really love this plant. And all because somebody had a fruit. The guy had a fruit, and he's like, does anybody want to try this monstera fruit? And it was being posted everywhere as corn on the cob fruit, and I call it fiberglass fruit. But it's really good if you eat it at the exact right time. But sometimes it's hard to get there between it breaking down on its own and flies or something like that. And but they are very tasty. I'm so stoked. I made a horrific sound. All I have to do now, my goal is to make a little cart so I could just walk around with a ton of plants. That sounds cheap. And I have a bunch of jewelry made. Salvaged copper, electrical wire. I'm really bad at promoting myself, so I never really said any of that. I haven't gotten out on Etsy yet. Unfortunately, Etsy is the root. If you're just starting, even if you're just starting again. I have a website, Subtropical Botanica, and anybody's welcome to add anything to it. And for some reason, people don't believe me. Like, I'll message small businesses and stuff and be like, hey, can I put your small business on something? I don't know why I asked permission. I don't think it's like illegal to promote a business that I know there. And I don't really need credit, I don't care. But they don't believe me. They're like, how much? And it's like, no, free. But they just don't, like, fucking world is so jaded now, it drives me nuts. I'm like, no, dude, it's my website, but I don't want it to be just my website. I want it to be a promotion site, plus also have recipes, people's dream dictionaries or dream journals. Anything goes on it. It's just to celebrate human curiosity and tradition. Any tradition, doesn't matter. Any time period, any place on the planet, it doesn't matter. Everyone's welcome, unless you're an asshole. That's like the only, like that's it. And like that is an umbrella term because most of my friends are assholes, and I absolutely love them. They're my favorite people on this planet. But I mean that, like, they're very honest, zero filter. They're not going to tell you something that you want to hear. They're going to tell you exactly how they feel. And I really appreciate that. And, but I just mean, like, you know, some people don't want to have a discussion. They just want to, like, say a bunch of weird shit and then disappear, which is fun. I like that, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to at least keep it a little cohesive. The easiest way too is to just message me anything you want on the website, and I'll copy and paste it right onto it. I'm trying to figure out a way to make like profiles for people that do want to use it, avidly, or like use it to document something, kind of use it as like a Tumblr, because it's not going anywhere. It's hosted actually on site by Snappo, and so it's not going anywhere. And yeah, just a little passion project. Got a few of those going on right now. And hello, Spencer. Out here, sold some tomato plants. So figured, well, a tomato plant. Figured I would entice with some other varieties. Just starts, and like she's more than welcome to it. I do like trading, and seems like her and her husband are putting in some garden beds, which that's a great person to keep in contact with, because the best way for me to learn how to grow and not fail is recommendations from other people's experience. I have tried to grow so many different things and getting all these weird seeds, ice plant, this and that, but I really want to focus on fail-proof stuff right now, and that's what I've been doing in the last 5 years. And not even like I said that they were just stating, because like Sappa just took the lawnmower and excavated everything because the winter got really cold. And next year I'm going to have like Alaskan gear. I'm not even kidding, because yeah, it was freezing. Like I can't express enough how cold it was. I know y'all up north or wherever, but I know. Yeah, if it's not 80 degrees, I'm freezing, so I'm trying to get over that. I'm trying to eat more meat and bulk up a little bit. I think just the stress of everything happening in the world, I like, don't even have an appetite anymore. But that has to change immediately, because that's not cool. Got some jewels of opal. That little pot it was in was a little cracked. So. Very cool plant. Got it out of chance. Doesn't matter how many, times I look up interesting plants or like unique plants or walk around and try to ID them all. I will always come across a plant I've never seen or heard of before. And I've never seen or heard of jewels of opal. I was walking through the square downtown Lake Worth going to the library, and I bought one of these plants and a goji berry bush, or tree. And unfortunately I don't have that anymore, but these are self-seeding. And so I kind of know it when it's spring because they just start popping up. I love them so much. These are kind of cool. These the zigzag plant. I don't know much about it, but it's pretty neat. Oh, a piece broke, so I can use that for a cutter. Look at that. It's a zigzag. A friend read this for me before I went absolutely nuts. Unfortunately. Really good dude, but I think drugs or something, because he told me God told him that I killed his children. He doesn't have kids. Like, just, really close friends since high school, but unfortunately, he's been, unfortunately, I used to briefly work at their farm, mango farm, and it's shut down. It's the saddest news. It's one of my personal end of an era things. Like, damn, thought that would be there forever. And yeah. So I can't imagine he's taking that very well, because it's like, his grandpa planted every single mango tree there. It was over 188 mango trees, and God, it was incredible. But just couldn't chill with the drugs, and unfortunately, it really did. Let's just say everyone was afraid of their safety for a really long time because, like, he had his own regrets, but he was using them to lash out on others and death threats, all kinds of shit. And, so I'm rather open about it because, yeah. But he knows me a long time because he knows he can stay at my house. So fucking scared the shit out of me though. Not only for myself, but his family, himself, like his being, because he's just completely given up. And yeah, I've known him since I was in high school, so it really sucks. Closest thing to a family member I've ever had, I think. But I think a little bit of it, I hate to say it, but I really do think it was schizophrenia because it started in his early 20s. That's when he started saying that the cars passing by, the radio was telling him to kill his family. Not even kidding. Like at first, the cynicism in it was like bubbling to the surface. Like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're fucking nuts. But no, it was dead ass. And yeah, I ended up like just. Thankfully now I think he's in a safe place. But gotta really look out for the people around you, because especially now where everybody's suffering to such an extent, I can't imagine. I know someone who so many stories. I it just happens. This other thing is on my mind, and I don't even know how to vocalize it. Florida's wild. I mean, you hear it all the time. People say it all the time. I'm liable to believe them. And a true Floridians can be quite intense. One of my good friends since middle school passed away from an accidental gunshot wound to the head. He was a crosswalk. He hitchhikes to the Keys, to Maine, everywhere. He was a really, really cool person. And he just had a kid. It was very traumatic. And he just lost a finger. But, he was really cool. And I've known him since I was in middle school. I remember one year he came dressed as Barbie. But I stream have no viewers when there's like 5. I don't know. I don't do much promoting. I figure fate will take, because I craft and I garden, but both those things are quite lonely. And especially now that I lost my headphones, it's actually keeping me quite, and it's getting me out of my shell a little bit. I know I sit here rambling in front of a camera, but I kid you not, I'm very shy. Even if I tried playing guitar, my fingers wouldn't move. Like I tried yesterday. And so I'm trying to get over that. I remember a long time ago I tried to audition for a play, because I swear I get stage fright in front of people, even people I've known forever, like especially people I've known forever. I'm at more myself in front of strangers than people I've known my whole life. It makes no sense. I don't get it, and I really want to break that. And I could only assume it's ego. I mean, I know ego and anxiety or social anxiety aren't exactly the same thing, but it's got a nice ring to it. I want to break whatever ego that keeps me from dancing and singing, because life is short and we live once that we know of. And I know I'm quite cynical, but the beauty of every little thing does not escape me. Like I've been walking around a lot trying to find every little tiny flower that I don't know of yet. The dayflowers are all closed. I'm not a fan of those though. They just bury everything. They're too forceful. I'm gonna grab some coffee. from Sweden. She was dope. Um, oh, oh yeah, Lake Worth High, pretty notorious high school in Palm Beach County. There's thousands of kids, and I made it 2 days. I went 2 weeks. I made it 2 days. This is like 10 years ago, past the statute of limitations. Because this is like the height of chocolate axe being sprayed everywhere. I couldn't breathe, and I wasn't gonna sit in a no. And I was right on the tri-rail. I would just take the tri-rail down to Miami and walk around, look at the buildings. I really like buildings, and especially the historical ones. A lot of them will have symbolism, and just like the most wildest stuff. And like just look closer at an old building. Oh, so many details. So many. I love them. What's so nervous. I haven't talked to another human being in person in a long time. There's not many people out here. And I would play music. Well, I can't because of copyright, but the ads after every song, I can't do it. So I'm working on getting a record player. I have shit tons of records. It's my mom's collection, and I lived through them for my whole life because I didn't have internet and stuff like that. I actually grew up without internet. I feel like that makes sense a lot. To this day, I use books. A lot of things aren't online anyway, and books and comment sections. I find the most useful information, and that's actually what Subtropical started as, because I wanted to get the stuff that I was finding in books, because I'd find something really interesting in books and go to the internet for some further reading, and it would be non-existent on the ether. And I was like, wow, not everything's on the internet, which I feel like that's obvious, but it's a weird thing. It's the same thing with looking for local plants and stuff, not a lot of information. And now it's totally different. It's paradise. Oh my gosh. And Eat the Weeds, Green Dean. He is, yeah. Probably the only celebrity I want to meet in person and have a picnic with. I really wish, like, there's kind of like a little commune or something. And, really just need someone with a patch of land that they don't mind a bunch of RVs parked on. Which, and I was looking at Palatka again, but I can't find any acreage. Palatka for a while, $900 an acre, and it's right by a shrimping bay. Really cool spot. Last time I was in Palatka was quite some time ago, and it had a abandoned police station, abandoned mental institution. It was pretty much all abandoned. There was a few things here and there, but a really cool spot. I went into a gas station, and like some person in like a little leather mini skirt, big black pumps, and a little pink halter top, I think, ran in the gas station and I was just sitting there waiting to pay for my drink, and he takes the whole chip stand and throws it in the entrance, and like you see the other person chasing him trying to get in the store, and it was like, whoa. Yeah. But really cool spot. And the houses, a lot of them on the bay have the wraparound porches. Really cool. I have to eat something because I'm gonna start rambling, and I think this stream I made it the entire stream over an hour without mentioning developers. On a roll. That's good, because it's none of my business. And just try to keep an eye out on it to try to get some plants, because they're developing on non-protected land, so I don't see why not. And yeah. And like, if someone says no, you can't get some plants, you know, it doesn't hurt to just be like, man, why you gotta be like that? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know. Let me ask someone for you. I don't know if that's how it would work, but in my mind, I feel like it would work like that. People are genuinely very cool. I love every human being. And call that radical compassion or whatever. Someone said that was radical compassion, but if I sit in a room with someone, I just don't foresee us not getting along. But I'm also very quiet, so in person. But yeah, I think I got the few plants I wanted. I just really wanted to fill this tray to have something a little extra. I think I'm gonna selfishly keep this one a little longer, only because the trunk. That trunk. This trunk and that trunk. It's so quaint. I just really like looking at it. So she stays for a brief, and we'll get to check the flowers. My hands are all gnarly. I've been digging in dirt all day. Yeah. Tarot cards I just took. You know, see, I use tarot cards differently. I have a big old collection. I love the art. I love symbolism, and I study symbolism just for fun. And I think symbolism is like a language in itself, and I think people have called it that, and as a global language. And I mean, symbolism, you could use it to read designs, read buildings, read currency, all kinds of stuff. Symbolism is everywhere. And then you could use it in your art and stuff like that. Communicate. Anyway, but tarot cards to me, I don't see them as anything mystical. I see them as kind of like, well, I'll just say first, I use tarot cards kind of like flashcards for symbolism, but also to just break apart some ideas, like for working on some art, like helps stimulate ideas, kind of like Jung's free association. You can zone out into a TV and use that for free associations, stimulate ideas and thoughts, or trigger memories that you might not have remembered, just like trying to remember, and or like zoning out into radio. You can zone out into tarot cards and use those. I mean, you don't even have to be able to read the symbolism. I believe they call it intuitive reading, where you're just, allowing your mind to rummage through the art, because I do think we're symbolic creatures, and we're definitely data feeders, and everything that we don't absorb consciously is absorbed into our subconscious. And so I find them very useful for that. Again, I don't see them as like anything mystical. I know people do, and like I don't get burning tarot cards. It's fantastic art, and the tarot cards that we're all mostly familiar with, the Rider-Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith is the artist of that deck, and she was given symbolism to work with, and that's how she decided to portray each card. And really, really, really fascinating person. There's not too much information on her I could find, but maybe that's changed because I've looked her up in quite a long time. But really, really interesting. The deck I personally use is the Tarot of the Holy Light, which has a lot of hermetic, alchemical symbolism, and kind of, sometimes my brain can't handle reading through things, and I need some beautiful imagery, and I really, really value them for that. And again, the symbols are the symbols, like for instance, a good book, I did a book report on it in middle school. I need to reread it. It's Man and His Symbols, Carl Jung, and the other one, Manly P. Hall, of course, because it just did so much work finding all the correspondences worldwide. The Ancient Teachings of All Ages has a lot of just worldwide. Like, I'll have a section for trees, and I'll have all your trees throughout mythology and history, and it really, really valuable book in my opinion. I just love it. It shatters my mind open. I do a lot of drawing. I'm not trained as an artist or anything. I just like drawing and painting and just creating imagery, and I use a lot of symbolism in it to not be too obvious, and because sometimes my drawings get a little dark, I don't know why. I'll try to draw a flower and then it ends up like a dismembered woman. But I I I use them all for pretty much a lot of art. Uh, recently, not too recently, but recently I got the pixel art tarot deck to try to use to study pixel art because choosing the colors, because it's not just like one color. You choose all these different colors to add like warmth and like juiciness, or like it's kind of like a mosaic. And I'm having trouble picking what colors to do that with. It's really hard to. Next stream, I have to do pixel art. I'm really behind on it, and KYNTO needs some new treats. And I'm working on badges right now, but the badge I'm working on is a paintbrush. Um, it looks like a medieval tampon. I just can't get it right, and I need to practice more on that. During the winter, I couldn't do much of the stuff that I really enjoy, like being outside and stuff. So, figured learn something new. So I got into pixel art, and all my pixel art, anything that I created, is in KYNTO, KYNTO, which is a live avatar chat and world builder, and you could pretty soon stream from it. And Will's working on it now. Snap is working on it now. To put your face on the avatar. It's a hoot, and he's the sole programmer. So it's been a wild ride, and please do check it out. And that way also, when there's more people in KYNTO, it hasn't been promoted at all yet because again, Steph is the only programmer. So just taking it slow, and it's very alive. It's constantly changing. It's pretty cool, and but sometimes I'm bad at reading comments. And this way, if you come up through KYNTO, it'll read it out loud. Kind of like a super chat, but without the need of funds. So it'll read it out. And do with that as you will. I don't make the rules for nothing. And is expression. Oh yeah, expression. I like see, like the art, if you look up the Order of the Odd Fellows, it's a secret society or whatever, but I don't really view it as that. I view it more as a fraternity or kind of like a club, if you will. I kind of separate the origin of these societies from the modern state, kind of like Freemasons. I mean, they're not building cathedrals, and but they're keeping the symbolism alive. And if I was a dude, I would be probably quite into that. I really like the idea of camaraderie. I hate being cursed. But yeah. Like when I play Call of Duty, I'm like, they're up there. I think there's someone behind you. Oh, bro, don't go down there. No, I don't. It just, I use my regular voice and then get yelled at for a split second, but that, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It actually helps a lot, and then it makes me want to do better. And because I have a new controller and I can't, it's so finicky. I was so used to a broken controller, and it's the old man farts. Oh, old man frats. Old man farts. It's pretty all ages. Because there's all these different sects too. Like I know young girls could be part of the Rainbow Sisters. Please excuse my ignorance, because sometimes I get this stuff very wrong. And then there's the Sisters of the Nile. I really like the Order of the Oddfellows art. One of their symbols is 3 chain links, and I believe it's like friendship, truth, something. Friendship, love, and truth, something like that. And the beehive, really nice depiction. Of course the eye, but that's everywhere. All seeing eyes everywhere. I'm not too taken by that. Let's see. And I really like this kind of stuff because like Seppo, for instance, watches a lot of sci-fi, and I like delve into a lot of mythology, so it's fun being able to trace like what the things are inspired off of. Because in reality, stranger than fiction, we got a huge amount of human history to delve in through. I don't think we would exist without any of it. because we build off. Like we get so far, die, get so far, die, get so far, die, and we're just like, that's why when I picture human history, we're like alive and well, but we're on like a mountain of corpses and like decaying um, generations past, and corpses. Like if you dig, you're gonna find remnants. And you know, there's larger seasons to the planet, so I think we've been here for a while, trying to get off this planet for a while. I know it sounds dumb, but I'm starting to see space exploration as part of the human instinct. Like the instinct is to get off the planet and to spread the human seed off the planet. Because if we've been writing down everything for this long, and there's, God, over 40 flood myths that I heard the number 40. I don't know how many there are, but I know of a ton of different flood myths. And obviously there's bigger seasons on this planet. Our lifespan doesn't allow us to see. And that's why I think ancient texts are a little bit more important than just in general. But a lot of people understand that. I mean, especially all the stuff with astronomy and stuff, where just even planting, like it's all very important, and or at least was. But I think I mean, obviously we're Earthlings, or Earth's creatures, or whatever your belief is, but and we have instincts intact. I don't know. I'm starting to see it differently though. And I don't know why. I don't choose my opinions. I just try to absorb as much information, and they just change on their own. Change opinions more than I change clothes. And I should probably change because I think I'm a little dingy looking for selling plants to the neighbors. But no, I think I'm fine. I found this at the beach a while ago. The very become a galactic race. Yeah, because say this planet every however many thousands of years does get struck, like when the poles shift and when the magnetic fields are at its weakest, and it does get struck, and like that's what all this human like just like carvings and rocks and you know just making it a huge point to remember. That's why I like the saying species with amnesia. And if that happens every time and we're always knocked back into the Stone Age, it makes sense that our like the overwhelming goal would be to get off the planet, because this planet is paradise, yeah, but it's also very hostile. I mean, the volcanoes, earthquakes, all there's so much that could happen at any time. I'm in Florida. Sinkhole could open beneath me at any second. Like wild, wild planet. And I always viewed it as alive. My whole life, I've just assumed it like my understanding of the planet is like it's a living creature in its own, and it might not be a creature, you know what I mean? Whatever that means. But it's definitely moving. It's definitely got a pulse of sorts, and we're hurling through space. That's why I always say, like, I don't know how we're not all like screaming at the top of our heads like we're on a roller coaster, because God, like it's a wild existence. I am quite stoked to be here at all times, and it's so interactive. It's so crazy because like I just ripped, where is it? I ripped one of these out of the ground the other day. Must have been this one. And just throw it in a pot and it continues on. And some things like during P. viridis, then you just snap the leaves off and the leaves will become a new plant. It's very cool. And I always say like to tip over a log because there's so much happening under every log. And the little things are big things, and big things are little things. I think, you know, when you zoom out, it looks almost as if like you're zooming all the way in. Like, that is the fractal. Shit's terrifying. It really is. So I never understand, like, fighting for all these, like, mundane human things, like beliefs. Like, the Cathars were a sect of Christians, or Catholics, I'm not sure. And they were murdered. They were wiped out because they didn't take the Bible as literally as the surrounding sects, I guess. I need to brush up on that. But it just, stuff like that, it just drives me nuts. And like political stuff. You think I'm gonna fight or argue about politics? The has nothing to do. Like, I know how small I am. Like, every time I learn more, I feel like I know way less. And I'm just not gonna argue about politics. It's so far out of like meaning for me that holy shit. And like people are like, oh well, they got what they vote for or whatever. Both sides, that's both sides say that. It's like people vote for like what they're being told that they're gonna get, and everybody has different necessities. I have 8.5 feet, 5'8", Floridian. Okay, that's totally different than you. You have different needs. You have the different family structure. You have different desires. You have different interests. You have different everything, different diets, everything, and like there is no one size fits all for anything. And like the whole like pancaking back between two sides and like everybody hates each other for what? I don't get it. I think it's embarrassing that it dwindles to that's why I hate the only thing I truly hate is the voting season or whatever, election season, I don't know, whatever you call it. And I'll do my duty or whatever. I don't know about this year, though. I'll be real. I think I'm busy that day because of the fuck. I don't want to get like. It just seems too tense, and like I don't even want to be in public spaces right now. Like trees, they might fall on you, but not on purpose. Just like I don't know. I don't want to get too ranty though. This is not my business, and I don't think it's worth destroying friendships, families, relationships for something that is so corrupt and so muddied up that it's just kind of worthless. I think just realizing that is that orchid? Shiny Smilax leaf. Not orchid. I got this shirt at a yard sale. It's a whiskey girl. I can drink alcohol. I really think it's funny. I think I'm gonna eat and stuff and then get ready for this light to come. But been a while, but yeah, just swims back. I have that book, The Spirit Molecule. Snap pose. I stole it. He has one really cool one. Binaural. Oh my god. It goes back to the Sumerians. And I should grab it. I really want to do a book stream. Because one thing I want to get better at, I used to be fine reading out loud. But 5 years of isolation will do it to you, I guess. So I really want to start reading out loud, and I got tons and tons of books to choose from. And some are quite hard to get, so not everybody has a copy. I know Morals and Dogma isn't everybody's cup of tea, and some people give a lot of shit because a Confederate wrote it, but like 100 years ago, like who gives a shit? The dude's dead. And it's a book that's, I don't want to say used, but revered in Masonic circles. I don't know, it's one of those books that when I was a kid it was like, ooh, mysterious, and then finally got a copy from 1919, And on eBay it was like 26 bucks. And eventually when I finally flip through it, I'll probably pass it on, because yeah, book screen. I should try to do a poll. I'm gonna write down a few names, because Snap has got some really good ones too. The binaural one, I can't remember the name of it. But tons, yeah, and a lot of this stuff isn't on. It's rabbit hole friendly. Like some things, God, you can read a paragraph in some of these books, and like there's 5 things to look up, and that they will all turn into a rabbit hole. Life goes in so many directions. Like it's addicting, really. But type Samadhi. Why does that sound right? Why does that sound familiar? Wish I could look it up. Oh. I was thinking the Rig Veda. I really want to get a copy of the Rig Veda, however, I can't really figure out like what is the full one, because I know that our Veda is in the is in one of the Vedas, and I really want to read through that. Our Veda, I think I wish it would make even more of a an impact here. It's based on the individual, and it's more lifestyle and preventative rather than like, oh, you feel like you're dying, here is this like random pill, $20,000 please. Yeah, I found a Ayurvedic practitioner I scored. I was able to trade her handmade jewelry. Really cool woman. Her name is Sophie in Sunrise, and I'm pretty sure she still practices. And really cool lady. And my Vata dosha is out of whack, and they don't recommend plant-based diets. So I wish I could eat plant-based. My favorite foods are fresh fruit. I wish I could eat that 24/7, but I can't. My teeth would fall out. And I just do too much manual labor. Like, I remember when the first time I was doing a plant-based diet, still trying to keep an active lifestyle, because I can't keep still. I like climbing, canoeing, anything. Anything that's nothing. Anything that's not nothing. And your body just, it'll feel better for longer if you keep it active. And God, I fainted hardcore. Like I just stood up and just went right to the ground. And so I went to the store and got me Slim Jim, some beef jerky or something, I forgot. But yeah, too much, especially the heat down here. I'm sorry, but I always feel a need to defend my diet for some reason. I grew up fishing. I thought fishing was normal. I thought everybody did it, and like I was on a boat. My dad was never home. Like he would leave Thursday and come back Monday or Tuesday. And our boat didn't have a cabin. It's an old North American boat, but it went through waves. It was a really nice little thing. And God, the cobia here is amazing. Sand perch, amazing. Snapper when it's in season. There's so much. And the oceans here are quite nice. Right now, a lot of beaches are being closed because Okeechobee can't figure their shit out. And I get that it's very difficult to figure out how to divert all this water without like killing everything. But you got fish swimming to death in the Keys. You got all coastal like beaches on edge. All coastal beaches. Like where else would they be? But a lot of sugar farms out there. I have my theories. 'Cause a lot of it is yeah, I have my theories. I think they use slave labor. I'm just gonna say it. I think they do. My friend called the police over and over again. And mind you, I'm not anti-police by any means. I'm anti-fuckery. And this is some. He called him over and over again. He was being stalked. Some kid didn't like how he talks. My friend is from Jamaica, and he was working in a plastic surgery office. He talked how he talks. And the guy was like calling him like all kinds of horrific shit. He called the cops over and over again. Nothing happened. And one day, the guy hit him with a brick. My friend's trained in hand-to-hand combat, jiu-jitsu, all kinds of shit. Like, all kinds of stuff. And, that guy's not going to be walking anytime soon. I don't think that guy's going to walk ever again. And I'm not bragging, but yeah, I know my friend's tough. And, he was sent to jail for a year and a day. So I'm at prison. And you know what he did? With all the other inmates? Farmed 24/7. Pretty much. Obviously not 24/7, but you know what I mean. Farmed every day. Onions. I didn't even know we grew onions. They didn't get to eat, obviously, a single bit of everything that they farmed, but that's a little suspicious to me. And like, he's born and raised in Jamaica. He could take the outdoors. He's just a very tough person. And a chef, very cool person. It destroyed him. He was not the same after that. He was an artist. And his nephew is actually the one that just passed away not too long ago. Had a toothache, so he was given, this is why you can't accept anything from anybody. It doesn't matter, this was somebody he very much trusted, but he didn't know where they got it from. He died that night. It was probably some handmade shit with the press. You could print anything out of a 3D printer, and yep, died that night. And mind you, he didn't do drugs or anything like that. I never even seen him drink. He was a surfer, and was climbing his way to becoming pro. It's just such a nightmare. And his friend just died 2 days ago, or last week, which I've still not even processed. Unfortunately, living in Florida, you lose a lot of people. I think because, you know, the weather's always good, everybody's always just having a good time, and I don't know, I lost so many people though in the last few years. Like, I went to message a girl to see if she still wanted any vintage clothes, and Facebook said, in memory of. Took her own life. And, insane. But I'm gonna eat. Rest in paradise, all my fallen Floridians, because, yeah. I'll never forget a single soul, that's for sure. But to be fair, I'm the type of person that, like, if I meet someone once, they're, for some reason, they're family from that point on. Like, I can meet you once, I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. And, like, it'll be 5 years from now and be like, wow, look at this meme. That one person that I met one time in the back alley of Respectables would really like this. Send. Yeah, friend, before he was gunned down. Jesus Christ. I don't say any of this stuff out loud, so I don't know how much. Before he just I messaged him and he was like, yeah, it's been like years since we talked. So I was trying to set up a double date to do some fishing. And life is short and stuff can be permanent. It's insane. And life is dangerous stuff. So be good to yourself and others. And never hesitate to message me for any reason. I got all kinds of plants. Unfortunately, most of them are Zoom 10, but I mean, I really would like to know how they would do in a apartment or indoors, especially in a colder climate, to see, you know. A lot of the indoor plants, a lot of people grow are tropical plants. I don't see why not. But yeah, I'm actually trying to find fishing buddies, and I have not had any luck. And I really want to get back up there. And we actually both have our fishing license ready to go, and freshwater and saltwater. And gosh, I don't have a working pole right now. I left my poles at my uncle's house, and I was told they would be safe. He sold them. He sold them with his. None of my business. You know, Jabba the Hutt and Slave Leia, that's all I'm gonna say. All my grandpa's cameras, his field cameras from being a Marine, gone. God knows where. I tried to stand in front of the moving truck, and they started screaming at me that they were gonna call the police. I thought like blood's thicker than water, but obviously not, because you got this. Ooh. Okay. I'm not very happy with that, and that's why I stick to myself. Because what the hell? For real though. All my fishing poles, my tackle box, and it was a really old tackle box. Oh, I love that. Somebody made it with a homemade for sale sign. You could still see part of the phone number in it. Bastard. Yeah. But anyway, happy trails. Hope I didn't alarm anybody. Just, existing out here, getting some work done. Yes. Oh, that's really funny. Give a man a fish, and he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish. Well, now he needs a fishing license. It's true. Wow. Yeah. Wow. The one class in high school I was so excited to go to was home economics, and it was going to teach you how to cook, sew, all that. They took it out that year. I remember going to the classroom, and it's just all the empty, it was just empty. And they set it up like an old diner, so like, you have your like cooking station, and then there was the sewing, it was really cool. I still wish there was like classes like that for adults that they could just go to. I see sewing classes every now and then, but there needs to be something that's literally like sewing, cooking, taxes. Because it's like repairing your clothes so you don't have to buy more, because the clothes now are just made from garbage, absolute garbage. And actually, I discovered old Hollister stuff. I don't care. I'll wear anything if it doesn't fall apart. I am no longer a prude in that regard. I wore a lot of vintage my whole life because the cuts and the fits were just genuinely better. I'm tall and lanky, but I have a weird like body shape. Everybody does, because we're all built different. Not everybody doesn't have a weird body shape, but I mean it like that. It just meant like everybody's body shape is unique, and I just fit a lot better in like 1970s and 80s, and 60s, 80s. The stuff started falling apart a little too often, and so right now I just want really rugged clothes. I've been trying to find some military surplus stores for the pants, because I want pants that have the drawstrings underneath. I gotta start wearing boots out here. Like, look over here. Poison ivy. And it's everywhere. Look at that. Poison ivy. I don't know what's going on with it, but it looks mean. And last time I weeded this whole area by hand, because for some reason I'm stubborn and I don't wear gloves. And my hands, remember the Pink Floyd song Comfortably Numb? Well, my hands were not comfortably numb. No amount of calamine lotion or anything would make them comfortably numb, but they were like 2 balloons. They were. They were 2 balloons. But happy trails. Thank y'all for joining me. I have to really go through these comments though, because I have a bad habit of missing stuff. Thank you, dude. Yeah. And the fabrics. Men's clothes, I noticed the fabrics are still like a lot of cotton and not a lot of elastic or polyester, which is ideal. Like, this is 100% cotton. Probably like a 10-year-old Hollister flannel shirt, but it works, and it's thick and it's useful. It's not just made to look like a flannel. And same thing with jeans. Like, for work jeans, I like true denim because it's rugged and it's sturdy, and it doesn't rip. But usually it's a lot of elastic, and that's fine, but it doesn't breathe the same way, and it's not designed for working outside. And boots. God, they're gonna start on boots. I don't know why they started gluing the soles on boots. You can't just make one stitch around the dang boot. They fall apart. What's the point of having boots? They're aesthetic boots. I had to get some Desert Storm boots, and they were my favorite. I love them so much I'd never wear them, but they're incredible. And I got them from eBay. I forgot the brand of them. I call them Desert Storm boots. I don't know if that's inappropriate or not. I really don't. But they're like that khaki, really lightweight, beautiful. I'm guessing they're military boots, but really, really comfortable and light and just dries easily. It's just really, really great boots. Dickies and new clothes. I haven't worn a pair of Dickies in so long. When I was a kid, it was I wore a lot of plaid and a lot of Dickies. I actually had gauged ears at one point too, but they went back because I was in 5th grade. So my friends, she went very large, and Thorogood boots. Thorogood. Well, that's easy to remember. George Thorogood. Oh, I want to know what the. I say it all the time. Not Cressies. Those are swim fins. Ah. Danner is see, I got them kind of dirty, but I'm trying to keep them nice. Danner boots! I'm gonna keep some full bottles of water for emergencies. Like, but also because they keep them. But these are them, Danner boots. I don't know if they're like military, but I think that's what they're based off of. And they're so light and dry so easily. Fortunately, they get really dirty really fast, but one day I'll learn how to clean them properly. Get a little kit. Yeah. But these things are really nice. George Thorogood. Danner. Oops, excuse me. Got another pair, but they were too small, so I had to bring them. Send them back. I really want to find long johns so I could do like what fly fishermen wear. Across the Nile, endless swamps, and it's grasslands. So it's about like knee-deep water, beautiful water, a little slimy, but beautiful water. And I really want to start exploring back there. It's a little wet. I was thinking like swim shoes, but I really want my legs super protected because there's a lot back there. Not only like boars and gators, but all kinds, all kinds of things. And some of them are fixing to do some damage. Like I have, knock on wood somewhere, never seen a coral snake, but I know they're out here. And I heard they no longer sell or hold the anti-venom at hospitals. I don't know if that's just like the thing to scare people, I don't know. But the cottonmouths, there's another one. We just saw one eating a mouse because it was not a coral snake. The head was way too big, and chody, and yeah. But intense creature. Happy trails. I think it's about 3:12. She's gonna be here at 3:30. Perfect timing. Thank you all for joining me. And I stream every day, and probably this next week is gonna be a lot of plants. And gonna try to remember to make a list of books though. So I'm down to read anything. I really want to get into that, and because there's quite a few books that I don't even see like audio versions of, and it could be fun. But happy trails, and I hope everyone has a perfect day. And yeah, if weather allows it, I was outdoors. I am trying to stay outside. I know when it's the dumbest summer. The dead of summer is going to be a little intense, but right now it's kind of paradise. I'm really trying to get as much outdoor time. And I'm just in shade, and I'm not in the sun or nothing. And Very nice. But happy trails, and hopefully I'll see you soon. That is so cool. I'm sorry, this is such a trip, but to see like people, it's really cool. And I love y'all. It's really what a treat. For years I wanted to make a YouTube channel just because I'm always doing some random stuff, but I finally just did it, and not a single regret. It's changed my life for the better. And I know it's a small channel, but just feeling like you exist or something, I don't know. It's done a wonder. Like, I already know, like, no, like, negative thought. I just feel, like, excited in the morning now. I don't know why, but happy trails. I know why, because y'all, but happy trails.